What is going on, everybody? It's your boy John, and welcome back to GearBocks. So today we are actually leaving a car meet, Carolina Stant Shop here in Taylors, South Carolina, but essentially Greenville. Put on a meet, went out there, saw a lot of cool cars. I was kind of front and center with a lot of the guys out there, so that was a blast. There was all sorts of shit. It was pretty cool. Obviously, it being a stance meet, a lot of guys on air, but a lot of different types of builds, a lot of JDM, a lot of American stuff, a couple trucks even, which whatever. But now that I'm a truck guy, I have to defend them a little bit. But anyway, the reason we're filming today, the type of video I want to make is really going to be around kind of the most impressive mods, the most kind of bang for your buck type of modifications you can do to really any car, and get a noticeable change for the better in your driving experience, your just kind of overall satisfaction with the car. So to get right into it, the first modification that you can really do to your car to completely change the way it drives and rides is going to be tires. Now what's funny about this is, prior to me really being cognizant of tire types and specs and how much your tires can affect your ride, I would have told you that was bullshit, right? I would have said, yeah, it's a tire. All tires are kind of sort of made the same. There's different treads and different compounds and stuff like that. But once you actually change your tires, and today obviously we're in the Subaru. Once I put a more kind of like sporty tire on it, right now I'm on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, it is significantly more grippy, handles better, all of that sort of stuff. And it is a game changer, especially with the stock tires that are thrown on a WRX. They are trash. From there I went to Bridgestone Potenzas, and now I'm on the Pilot Sports, and they are phenomenal. Yeah, sure, they're a little more expensive based on the tire you're actually getting, but when it comes to a bang for the buck type of deal, tires are where it's at. It's the four things that are actually holding your car to the road. So definitely invest in them, and you will not be disappointed. So number 2 on the list of most impressive mods that you can do to your car, and I'll preface it by saying this is really only going to apply, well, it could apply to both, but really to manual transmission cars, is going to be a short throw shifter, or like shifter bushings, or really just the overall linkage from up here down to your transmission. If you are familiar with the WRX platform, the OEM shifter that comes in the car and just the overall linkage is, 1, super long throws, and 2, very, very sloppy. So first things first, and the thing that probably most people are going to be familiar with, is that short throw shifter. Now instead of throwing it this far, you're only throwing it this far. It's going to speed up, your shifts between first and second and third and fourth gear, and really just overall, it's going to be a lot more, I guess, confidence inspiring when you are rowing through your gears. The stock WRX shifter, I was not a fan, and it was super long and super sloppy. But then you pair that with upgraded shifter bushings, or like in the case of the WRX, you have the parent shift stop to tighten up that first gear throw, because OEM, from factory, it's not very good. It's just going to give you a lot more confidence and make you feel a lot more connected to your car when you're driving it. You can fight it all you want, but when you have a manual transmission, it's, you know, your feet dancing on the pedals and your hands shifting, you know, through the gears to let you drive and let you have fun with your car. So I would not sleep on the idea of upgrading anything to do with, you know, your shifter linkage and just overall the transmission of your car. It is going to make your driving experience a million times better. So number 3 on the list is going to be getting a tune. And we're bringing it back, you know, this now applies to everything, not just manual transmissions, not just automatics. Any car, any truck, any platform, get a tune. Ultimately, it's going to wake up your car. You know, from factory, they're not gonna tune it as much as they possibly can for a lot of reasons. I mean, I would say the biggest reason being is just from the emissions standpoint. But getting a tune has been one of the most enjoyable mods, in my opinion, that I've done to this WRX. For those who were around and for those who weren't around, you might remember that I started off with a Cobb Stage 1 Plus tune, so that includes the cold air intake and then the, you know, off-the-shelf Cobb access port tune, and that was great. It eliminates the rev hang that inevitably comes with the WRX, and it gives you a little bit of a power boost. You now have induction noises with the intake, and it's overall a phenomenal thing. Then you take it to the next step of getting a Pro Tune. As I've said a million times over, right now I am tuned on 93, making about 320 horsepower. And that tune was done by SD Racing here in Greenville, South Carolina. It is amazing. Not only the fact that really the reason I had to get tuned was for my HKS super sequential blow-off valve, but just the overall bump in power and drivability from even the Cobb access port to now a, you know, Pro Tune is night and day. You know, obviously power bumps are great, you know, if you're a car guy and, you know, enjoy driving and spirited driving. But, you know, overall, that tune is going to let your engine and let your car or truck or whatever really operate as it's intended to operate. You know, it's not going to be restricted by all the factory bullshit that goes into it. You're gonna have a, you know, engine, a transmission, whatever, operating at 100%. And that's really all we ask for as car guys, is let me get the most out of, you know, what I've got and let me enjoy it to its full potential. And a tune is definitely going to allow you to kind of reach that point with your build. On to number 4, we are going to be talking about interior mods. Whether it's lighting, whether it's floor mats, whatever, carbon fiber bits, whatever. And sure, you might be saying, well, John, interior mods are not like a tune, you know, they're not like an exhaust or something where it's a power bump or it makes, you know, your car stand out necessarily from the outside looking in, literally. But, you know, the reality of it is we are always inside the car. Sure, you'll go to a car meet like I did this morning, and yeah, you know, my carbon fiber duckbill, my front lip, my wheels, this, that, and the other, that's all great. But in my opinion, this is my spot. This is where I am 100% of the time whenever this car is out and about. So why not give yourself some comfort mods in the interior, just to make it your own? You know, it's your cockpit, it's your area. So why not do some stuff to kind of spice up the interior where you can enjoy it? It doesn't matter what wheels I'm running or what I have under the hood, because I don't see it. I mean, yeah, sure, it makes my driving experience more fun, and you know, I have a cool car that's my own and stuff like that, but you know, make it your own inside. Be cozy in your own car. It's the little things that will really set your build apart, And in my opinion, one of the best ways to do that are interior mods, you know, whether it's diamond stitched leather, like I said, whether it's carbon fiber bits, you know, there's different head units, speakers, whatever. That's where you are going to be. So don't just focus on the outside. The outside's great. You know, you look great when you pull into a parking lot. You look great when you're shooting rollers down the highway. But we're always going to be on the interior of the car, so you might as well make that your own as well. And now to the fifth and final, most impressive mods, in my opinion, that you can do to your car, truck, coupe, whatever, is going to be tint. Yes, this is controversial. Is it considered a mod? I don't know. But I will tell you that literally the first thing I do to any car, any truck, any theoretical vehicle I own that has glass windows is going to be tint. And this is really twofold. Sure, black windows look great. They help, you know, tie the car together. You're not rocking the fishbowl look. I hate the fishbowl look. But you're also talking about UV protection, so you're not going to crack your dash if it sits out in the sun too long, or, you know, for over how many years. You're also talking about bringing the temperatures of the interior of your car down in general, so when you do have your car sitting outside or whatever, when you get in the car, you're not going to be trying to, you know, drown in hot air, because the windows are tinted. You know, it's protecting the interior from the sun. And like I said, I know this is a controversial thing to even put on this list, but if it's literally the first thing I do to any vehicle, I think it should be on there. The looks are great, sure, but there's also a lot of functional use for tint as well. And that's arguably more important than just looks. Kind of going back to, you know, our previous comments on, you know, interior mods and versus exterior mods. The ability to make yourself more comfortable in your own car, and even from like a privacy standpoint. If you are sitting at a stoplight, or, you know, maybe you're at an apartment complex and, you know, your car's parked outside all the time, if you have tint, it's going to make, you know, bad guys looking into your car, it's going to make it a little more difficult for them to make out what's actually in your car, and you're going to have that sense of privacy with your ride. I hate when people look in my car, I really do. And part of that is me being paranoid and thinking bad things are always going to happen. But it's also my space. You know, I don't want people to look into my car, and I don't want to have to worry about, oh, damn, I left this, that, or the other in my car, and now someone's going to steal it. With tint, you kind of eliminate that. And I think that's, you know, probably an overlooked mod to some. But I think it is well worth your time and well worth the $200 or whatever to get your tint properly installed. Keyword there, or keywords, properly installed, and give yourself that sense of security, give yourself that UV protection to the interior of your car to make it last longer. That's important to me. I'm sure it's important to a lot of you out there. Drop some comments down below if you feel as strongly about tint as I do, because I really do. And I try to preach tint to literally everyone. I don't care if it's people at work. I don't care if it's people that, you know, I meet at a car meet or something like that. Even to my parents, I'm like, go get tint on your damn windows. It's a stupid little thing to some, but it's, you know, important to me, and I like it, so that's why it's on this list. I'm making the video, that's the list for you. So those are going to be kind of those top 5 most important mods, in my opinion, that you can do to a car or truck, you know, over the first year or two of ownership. If you have any more suggestions on, you know, some very, very important mods to do, drop them down below. We are all here to help each other out and navigate this crazy thing called the car community. So let's not, you know, keep secrets from each other and, oh, well, I do this, or, you know, let's not get too overzealous and put people down. It's an open conversation. There are a lot of other mods that I would put on this list that don't reach the criteria for top 5 for me. But like I said, drop them down below. As always, throw a big fat thumbs up on this video. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know the drill. And until next time, peace.